Hello my lovelies, welcome to Kieron's Kitchen. Today we're going to make butterscotch pudding, one of the favourite things we make out at Cornman Farms and definitely a home favourite. Let's get started. Taking our heavy cream, we're going to bring it to a simmer, infusing it with some of our vanilla extract. So that'll go in a heavy bottom pan. We'll take a little bit of vanilla extract. For us, we've got a vanilla extract that's been flavoured with lots of different things like cinnamon, nutmeg, fennel seed. And we're just going to take a full tablespoon in here. Bring this mix to a simmer and then put it to one side, and we'll move on to the sugar and butter. Okay, so with this step, we're going to melt our butter in a heavy bottom pan again. In it goes. Get that fully melted. We're also going to add our dark brown sugar. We want to get it to 285 degrees, so we can pop that sugar in and then just work it very gently. And this is going to take about 15 minutes now just to come up to a caramel. So we've checked our temperature, we've reached that 285. That's really important, and especially seeing that dark chestnut brown caramel, that's what's going to make our butterscotch pudding look so rich and delicious. We've got our warmed up and infused heavy cream, and we're going to add this to the sugar. Once it's fully incorporated, just bring it up to a light simmer and then pull it off, and we'll get going on the eggs. So we're at this stage of getting the eggs ready. We've got 4 egg yolks to add in here. Let's crack these bad boys in. Now we're going to add ourselves our milk, cornstarch and salt into the container and give it a really good whisk. Now we're all whisked together, we're going to add that to our hot mix. Our caramel's been boiling, we've got our milk, egg yolks, cornstarch and salt all whisked together, and we're going to put a little bit of the caramel to temper our eggs, and then we're going to add it back to the same pot. So pouring the caramel into one, give it a light whisk. This is to not shock our eggs, we don't want them to suddenly scramble when they hit the pan, but in they go into the caramel. So we've been whisking it continuously until it reaches this thick stage. If you take the back of a metal spoon and just pull your finger through, you can see how it won't pull itself back together. That's the consistency we want. So at this stage, we're going to take it off the heat, keep whisking it for a hot minute, and we're going to whisk it over ice to cool it down. Alright, so you might have noticed 2 little helpers have arrived and some ramen noodles. This is Owen and this is Henry, and we're going to help me whisk the butterscotch pudding till it goes cold. Do you want to hold this? Perfect. So Owen, while you're holding that, can you scrape it into that bowl for me? So scrape it all the way down. There we go. Put it all into the bowl. Get all the goodness out of there. So we'll get all of that into this bowl. So what you can do with your butterscotch pudding is just let it set off in the fridge and whisk it every so often. But if you've got 2 little boys, an Owen and a Henry especially, you might want to whisk over some ice water. Is there a camera up there? Owen, can you give that a little stir for me? Sure. And I'll whisk. So we've got this over an ice bath, we've got the bowl on top, and we're going to keep whisking it until it gets to room temperature. Nice work. Would you like some butterscotch pudding?
No.
Can you imagine it? Both my boys won't eat this. This is really just for me and Joni, my wife. Do you want any butterscotch pudding? No?
Well, I'll try some.
You'll try some? Perfect. Okay, hold it. You whisk, I'll hold. Oh, I love it. Does that work? Like a machine whisk. Love it. Do you want to try a little bit now? I think it might be cold enough.
No.
Okay.
Got my butt.
Would you guys like to try some? Thanks, guys. You want to stick around?
No.
So we've whisked it over ice and it's got nice and cold. At this stage, we're going to place it into our small ramekin dishes and put it in the fridge to cool off for about 1 to 2 hours. There we go, we're all done. We've just pulled them out of the fridge, they're nice and cool. Last thing to add is a little sprinkle of sea salt. So you're gonna put a little sprinkle on top and then you dig in. Really nice and rich, the salt cuts through it. Enjoy and we'll see you again soon. All right guys, we're all done. You gotta eat this. Let's go. And then you wanna do a close-up of it going in? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got our camera. That's a good B-roll. Our cameras are now ready and we can add our cream to them. You think Mummy will like it?
Yeah.
You think we should take one to Mummy?
I like this one.
What about this one? Should we take this one to Mummy?